Your brainwashing doesn't work on us. I've worked so hard to become an idol, but no one took any notice of me. Huh, yeah, funny. I wonder what that's like. Huh. Doing all this work, and all this behind the scenes shit no one watches. Huh. You know, at least I'm not a fucking bitch about it. I wanted people to look at me. I wanted to give them a dream. What can I do now? Keep trying. Keep trying. Yeah, have fun with it. And remember, have fun with it. Breathe in that digital air. Are you nervous? Yeah. Oh, what the fuck? Oh, how long have you been back there? Excuse me? What the fuck are you doing in a school? Hello, didn't we meet before? Think back at Pellberg City? Let me introduce myself. My name's Scott. Is that your real name? I've been traveling everywhere in search of outstanding trainers. More specifically, I'm looking for Pokemon experts. So, what brings you to this school? You a trainer too? First thing you should do is have Pokemon learn the move Cut. Okay, you have no fucking clue what you're talking about. If I remember correctly, someone in this town has Cut. Sir, there are young children here. Okay. Students who don't study get a little taste of my good law. Whether or not you're a good student will be evident by the way you use this item. Should I call Officer Jenny on this place? Because this random stranger just walked in and is watching these kids, and the teacher's just beating them. Don't worry, kids, I'll go get help.
You're still standing? How?
Tall and proud, baby, like a real American.
In fact, the longer this has been going on, you've seemed more and more resigned.
When I'm threatened, I'm becoming incredibly patriotic for some reason.
It's not possible. There's no emotion stronger than fear, and no fear more powerful than fear of the unknown.
That's not true. Humans don't fear the unknown. Never have. If you think we do, you haven't been paying attention. Even sailors, the most superstitious humans to ever. Chat. Be honest with me. Do I look like Natsuki's big brother? Because I now kind of realize it after the whole thing. I tried an old school RPG tomorrow. Nice. Ready to make a wizardry run. Oh, Godspeed there, Kazuki. Godspeed. She's too cute. Oh, am I not cute? Remake, thankfully, but still. Kazuki, it's funny you mention that because I did, I broke down and I spent money on some games, but in my defense, I got like 20 fucking games for like 30 bucks. I got the what was it, SSR games, you know, like the gold box ones. I'm real excited to play the Dark Sun video games. Excuse me. Anyways. Yeah. I looked at my mom, I was like, huh, we both have pink hair, that's kind of weird. I'm like the big brother almost. No one will hear about this, except the neighbors. Yeah. Parents got divorced, dad was an asshole, living with mom. That probably explains my crippling mommy complex. Because all I've ever has a female figure in my life. I don't know. We're getting the deep Doki Doki lore here, okay kids? Big Brother if he was a swimmer. Yeah, I do kind of look like I'm someone out of fucking Free, aren't I? But let's be real. That's kind of like almost every male VTuber. We're the pretty boys. It's the oh, what's it called? What's the terminology? It's the Shoujo pretty boy, or it's the femboy. There's no in between. Yeah, my hair is definitely more muted though. Mostly because I don't know shading for shit. I never said nothing about being pretty. My guy, have you seen my chin? I could cut carpet with this thing. I got the pretty boy, like, anime chin. Looking like a fucking crescent moon out here. You can be Mac tonight. Just how good you are with your hands. Don't take that out of context. I'm so pretty boy idea. The pipeline. There's always the pipeline. It's always looming over me. Every time I press the start streaming button, I have to make a will save to prevent myself from going down that hole. Yeah, I get the dex thing though, Kazuki, as someone that comes from Pathfinder, is once you get a dex to damage build, all you kind of ever need is dex. And that's kind of sad. Not the standard. Let's see here. What I got? Some notes. Oh yeah. We got some new... It could be a paladin, all you need is charisma. Or be a warlock, apparently, in Baldur's Gate, where everything you ever need to rely on is embedded in a singular stab, because people thought that was a balanced idea. But yeah, we got some new alerts. Very excited. We got the classic. Yeah, we got some of that. Why did I not hear it? Okay, what about this one?
Getting kicked off the internet for this one.
Oh, that was very quiet. Was that quiet for anybody else? So always be dex to hit. I mean, I see why it's not, because let's be real, strength doesn't have a lot going for it. As carry capacity, chance to hit with melee weapon, and then melee damage. Just cleave through the armor. Well, maybe that's what it is. Maybe that's why it's strength. Because, you know, AC is a combination of dodging and armor class. Maybe the strength is hit because it's trying to crush through the armor. Because you need the force to get through that, you know? Remember when Chili was stat? No one uses that anymore. That's basically dexterity. They just combine the two together. Which is why acrobatics scales through your dexterity. This is a catch-all term for being agile. Some games do it differently, like I know Sword World has dexterity and agility be two different things, but you know what I noticed before we hit the button, chat? Rather than most weapons needing a feat to get dex damage, it should be other way around, am I? Yeah, but the problem with that, I think, is if you don't separate enough things from dexterity, then it just kind of becomes the god stat. Because, like, I get dexterity using, like, bows and stuff, because you need, like hand-eye coordination a little bit to, like, judge at a distance. But you also gotta remember, it attributes to initiative, it attributes to your armor class. all your dexterity skills, your ranged chance to hit. Some games it just straight up just applies to dex damage for ranged weapons too. And then you can get a feat that lets you add your dexterity, or if you're like a rogue, Unchained Rogue in Pathfinder First Edition, you just have your dexterity to your damage by 3rd level automatically. Which I'm glad they did that for the rogue, because there's always a pain in the ass feat investment for every single rogue ever. Glad they buffed the rogue. I feel like AC shouldn't depend on stats as much as it does. I can see that. At the same time, then your dexterity, your rogue is pretty much just got like shitter armor, and they're just slightly a little bit better than their wizard. It's just different ways, because there's like 5 different ways in Pathfinder, right, to calculate your AC. Because you got like your natural armor, you got the armor you're wearing, you got your dexterity, which is your ability to dodge out of the way. To easily be justified being in AC. Wisdom is such a weird stat because sometimes it's willpower and sometimes it's perception of the world around you. It's a weird stat. I get where they're going for it. But yeah. I don't think in Sword World there is a wisdom stat. I think it's just intelligence, kind of the overall casting stat. I don't know. I think what we really need is more stats. No. No, we're fine. We're fine with the 6. We don't need to fill up any more in the fucking character sheet. Then it's also gonna get really fucking wild. But also, let's be real. Adding more stats won't matter because most casters are just charisma casters. Oh, that makes me so sad. Like, I get why charisma is a casting stat, but does it have to be every single... Like, if it's not wizard or cleric or druid, you're generally gonna be a charisma caster for some reason. Guess what else they got in here? Sorry, I ate before streaming. I really gotta stop doing that, especially if I'm gonna be reading a lot tonight. Hey, we haven't... It's October 10th, and we really haven't done anything scary, unless you count, like, Doki Doki, but, I mean, it's... I don't know. I don't really consider it horror. I just consider, like, a meta-narrative kind of thing. Then again... I'm a very interesting person when it comes to horror. Looking back on things, I'm just like... I mean, this really isn't scary. It's an interesting story that has like some horrifying elements, but it's not that scary. Has an 8 stat system. Oh boy. What else? Oh yeah, we do scary things if I'm gonna do anything. Because we don't do spooky, we don't do spoopy. We're fucking traumatizing in this house, okay? Although, with us getting close to the end of Doki Doki, we're eventually gonna soon TM, we'll play Coffin of Andy and Lele. I'm excited for that because I got a little something special, you know. I got some preparations for that one. Hold on, you ruined the bit, Fugitech. Give me 1 second, chat. It logged me out as I was using it. I'll straight DM you a code for the spooky game at the end of Andy and Lele. But yeah, you know, I got a little bit of this, you know, a little bit of that prepared, and I got one for Vulcan too. But it's weird we haven't done anything really that scary, because I do like scary things. Again, we go to Hawk is the goth boy you bring home to your parents. You know, I like all the fucked up horror shit. You know, I can get down with the music. I like Vampire the Masquerade. We need to play Bloodlines at some point. But you know, I still wear the nice polos and I wear the nice khakis. You know, I'm a respectable man. Really throw your parents for a curveball out there, all you goth ladies and gents. Like, oh boy, who are they bringing home? And I just show up all respectful, nice suit. What the fuck? Maybe they're turning their life around. And then, you know, after that, we just go home and then we just contemplate our own existential existence. Good times. Let's see here. Hey, I guess speaking of existential existence, guys, I think I found the existence of God. I probably should have started with that. So, I was working yesterday on my day off, might I add. And there's this woman I met one time before in the drive-thru. I was helping her out in the pharmacy. She came back. She remembered my name, and she was dropping all this shit like, oh, you know, she's a poet and all that jazz. And she's picking up medication for a kid. I think she might have been flirting with me. Guys, it might be happening. You always gotta believe in your goals, man. Never say the MILF ain't coming. You can revive your character at the temple. Can't. I don't fancy in RPGs as permadeath. Yeah, that's probably just from the old, like, D&D thing. But, you know, I know in Pathfinder, once you get to a certain point, reviving your party members doesn't really matter. Because there's a lot of, like, magical item-based integration into Pathfinder, which typically sell for quite a bit. Yeah, Onimo does that in Baldur's Gate 3. Yeah. I gotta send Vulcan that video of the roguelike permadeath, where as soon as your character dies, you get sent straight into the character creator and you gotta make another one. Get excited for that game. I'll definitely check that out later. Because I did look at some games you recommended before a while back, Lex, and some of them did pique my interest. It's just, I don't know if I can play some of them on stream. I mean, I probably could, but it's just, I'm being safe about it. Because most of those are, like, dark and existential. But which ones? I think there's one about a mermaid or something. I remember, I think a while back, let's see here. Was it in Stream Video Ideas? Oh yeah, you made, like, a tier list of, like, horror games. I will say, looking back at it, though, I do kind of want to... Was it Slay the Princess? I am very interested in that game, but I already spent my money for the next 2 months on video games. My me side. Sounds like something out of Metopia. Oh, I almost forgot this bit about the MILF. The universe kind of had to balance out that day. So I was working closing, so you know, it's pitch fucking blackout. And so I'm walking to my car, parking lot's empty, except for like me and 2 other employees. I walk in our house, these 2 fucking cars park right next to me. Out of the entire parking lot. I'm pretty sure it was a drug deal, because who's at a fucking pharmacy at 9 o'clock at night? Right? In the middle of, you know, butt fuck o'clock. And, you know, I'm hurrying to my car. And, you know, I open my door. And then I just hear doors slamming and feet scuffling. I immediately just get in my car, lock the door, and then, like in the matter of a split second, I turn my car on, I fucking whip out of the parking lot. I don't know what those dudes were doing. Probably gonna mug me because dumbasses didn't realize I was coming out and gonna step out on their fucking crack deal. And then I just bailed down the street. Water? What about water? I did have to make a sacrifice for the new emotes because I don't want sound alerts because I don't want too many. And unfortunately, water and water and water. While that one is hilarious, it's very long. And I can see why people find that one annoying. Which is also why I changed the Steiner Math raid. So we'll see what that new one is. Hopefully it doesn't get me a copyright strike. What is that? Water and water, water, water and water, water, water and water, water. Water and water and water, water, water. A little extra water there. Yeah, let's see what else. Oh yeah, I mentioned I got some retro games on the cheap. I don't spend a lot on video games, but when I do, it's usually for a fantastic fucking deal. And also because I really like Dark Sun as a setting, and we're never gonna get it back because Wizards of the Coast is too much of fucking pansies to even entertain the notion of Dark Sun. Avoid water, which frustrates me. Water is good for you. Oh yeah, it's because everyone drinks soda. And soda has flavor. Water really doesn't, unless that's all you drink. In which case, it becomes the nectar of the gods, let me tell you what. And some people just don't like the taste of water. I have a roommate who hates water. Eh, that's fine then. I mean, as long as they're getting hydrated. Water is good for you in moderation. That's true. What is it? Don't drink too much water when you're working out because it just turns into extra weight or some shit. So, we always stress moderation here. If you take anything from the guys that attribute themselves as the scent of lust and wrath on this stream, we champion temperance. A healthy balance, if you will. And unfortunately, Vulcan couldn't be here. I thought I was pride. Yeah. Vulcan's wrath, I'm lust. We need 4 more. But, how's it going? Oh yeah, Vulcan isn't here because the fog wall got him. Now let's just hope we can dodge the brain worms. Because if not, then he's just fucked. We even got accosted for stealing the potion of greater healing. Where the other sloth, ignorance. Okay, so we've got lust, we got wrath, we got pride, there's sloth, gluttony, greed, and what's the other one? Oh, and envy. Oh, every time I've looked at the 7 deadly sins and heavenly virtues so much in my own like world building excursions, but I always blank on one last one. Arians to res lines. You know, they did. It's just, I don't know what it was. I guess just immediate. Because here's their logic. Here's what I think would happen in their logic. A bunch of new people that they've never met amongst the Duergar came in and suddenly a greater potion of healing is missing. So they immediately bolt to us. And that's the stupidest fucking thing. And you know, they put that greater potion of healing there just so you would get caught. I see lust and gluttony as similar, same with envy and pride. I can see that, and I've heard people say that before, because they're sins of desire. Lust is usually the carnal, like sexual thing, typically, or it's just like it's like the anti-chastity and anti-purity of oneself. Gluttony is often, it's wastefulness and excess. Like everyone always thinks of eating, which is a good example, but you know, like take Merlin from Natsuki no Taizai. She's a super powerful fucking mage, but she's so flippant about destroying like magical knowledge and artifacts that it's just plain wasteful and just destructive. And envy, I would say, is jealousy of another person. And greed is just you hoard material wealth for yourself and share not with those in need. Like, I think the opposite of envy and the virtues is kindness, and then greed is charity, obviously. Gluttony is temperance because it encourages moderation, and then again, lust is chastity, purity, I think. Hawklex Ball confirmed. I mean, Merkel's got some sweet-ass design. I combine them all in my systems, if I recall correctly. Right on. I just try to dig real deep and think about them because I kind of based my deities in my world off of the 7 heavenly virtues and sins. Because that's kind of all-encompassing for kind of what you need, I think. They're pretty good. But, yeah. In mine, because I only had 6, I did fuse gluttony and lust, because I kind of went with like a Slanesh vibe of god of excess in extremes. I don't know, man. Ball is murder happy. Well, that's because I'm a goblin. That doesn't necessarily mean I worship the god of murder. I'm just very flippant about it. Gaba doesn't care if she stabs somebody, but she doesn't do it because she loves it. They all fall under desire, which is a corrupted version of love. Maybe, I don't know about love though, because would you attribute, like I said, like let's go with like gluttony for example, right? Is like yeah, you may love food, but I don't really think that's, I don't know if that's the same thing as love. Because you might be gluttonous because you're hoarding shit because you don't want to lose it. Or you have the only supply of it, and therefore you don't want to give it to other people. Appreciation and care. I don't know. I kind of like that they kind of split them up because it really does differentiate between the various, like, problems of desire. I see as forms of love. Yeah. So you realize we're not in the 90s anymore, it's okay to improve upon ancient mechanics. Yeah, I agree with you, but I can see why they don't. Because, like for example, let's look at the first Etrian Odyssey, right? What was the goal of that game? It was to emulate the dungeon crawlers of old, right? So they stick closely with the formula to get that feeling of nostalgia. But as the games progress, they realize there's more quality of life things now that they've established the game. And now they can, like, add on it, right? Like, if you didn't take your other companions out, they didn't get XP. What'd they do? They added the fucking magic conch shell. What did they end up doing later? Instead of just getting XP from fights, they gave you, like, actual, like story events that would give you XP for doing them. Yeah, no, Kazuki, I'm with you. It's just that I can see why they don't. Like, Pillars of Eternity was a very... When it first came out, it was very old CRPG. But then you look at something that's like Baldur's Gate 3, for example, which is definitely an homage to the CRPGs. I mean, fuck, dude, the first two were CRPGs. Larian and Baldur's Gate 3 upgrade the formula. You know, they realize that, you know what, maybe real-time pause isn't the way to go. Maybe we should just make it turn-based. Yeah. It's quality of life improvements. Like, I want to see a Let's Play on Legend of Grimrock 2 just to see the differences from the first one and see what they improved upon. I know they at least added like a rat race and like the alchemist and like a gun as a weapon. Yeah, hate pain, love good challenge. Joe, I'm curious to try out those old games. I'm really excited to try Dark Sun. I just need to figure out the party. But I did learn this about Dark Sun, guys. You can have a half giant in your party. So, guys, we could have the 10-foot tall Amazon mommy, or like a 10-foot tall muscle mommy that we've always dreamed of. There's only one portrait for her, but you know, we'll fucking take it. Of course, the other problem is that that game also follows 2nd edition D&D. Falcon would be pleased. Yeah, if only we could make her goth. Unfortunately, it's Dark Sun, and no one has enough time to be emo in Dark Sun. Because it's pain and suffering all the time. You just got lost unless you didn't chart your way exactly, and that's why that was a big thing with Eternasi, right? Is that you fill out the map. Because they knew you would have to do that, so they just gave you the implement. And then, as time progressed, they just gave you more options to add to the map. So you know, everything wasn't a fucking event on your map. The 3DS Eternasi definitely improved the formula. Yeah. It's because I had time to figure it out with each iteration. I don't know about 4. I think 4 fell off hard. I don't know if 4 fell off or if just 3 was that good to everybody. But it usually goes like 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5. Oh, 4 is the best one. That's one of the ones, unfortunately, I haven't looked into that much. Most of what I've delved into is 1, a little bit of 3, and 5, obviously. And I guess Nexus, but that's just kind of an amalgamation of all the games. Status ailments are overpowered in 4. Yes, so that probably explains why there's like... When you boot up Nexus, there are so many caster classes that are about status effects as opposed to every other kind of like archetype. It's wild. This wasn't that much better than 3. So it didn't stand out to people as much. We'll say the Gladiator is cool. And was it the Arbalist or something? I'm pulling up the wiki now. Because my favorite spot is just nothing but wikis. For the various games I've played over the years. Let's see. Trinity 4. Dancer. Oh wait, was it just Sniper? No, I'm thinking of 3. I'm thinking of 3. Fortress is cool though. Yeah, what was I thinking of? Hold on, give me 1 second. It was probably 3. See, there's the Gladiator. Female Gladiator, cool. Appreciate. Yeah, the Arbalist, that's what it was. Give me the dark-skinned redhead girl. That's all I want in my life. Later. I'm so happy when I unlocked Arcanist. Arbalist is in 3, yeah. Arcanist. Is Arcanist in 4? Give me 1 second. Yep. Okay, it was an unlockable class. Okay. Yeah, didn't you guys say that they were broken like a stream or two ago? Like probably our last Etrian stream. They are. Damn. Well, anyways, chat. You guys probably aren't gonna be happy about this. But now we just have to go through the game as vanilla. And you know what? The guide specifically says play as normal for here. Step 23. Write your first Act 2 poem from Yuri. Yuri's the only one we haven't got CGs for, boys. We're going back in. Are you excited? Let's see which one is. There we go. We just play as normal from here. Wait, I can. Woo! You always be my dearest friend, Sayuri. Bye. I'm just gonna mash this one because I've already done it and I can't skip it. Yeah, espresso depresso, let's go. I'm sorry, that was the most condescending, like, disrespectful shit. Do 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 do. Suddenly I feel awful knowing that not nearly as simple for her. You should take a little more responsibility for her, Hawk. Where'd the music go? That's a good question. I mean, especially after your exchange with her yesterday. You kind of left her hanging this morning, you know? Exchange? Monica, what do you know about that? Or you know about that? Of course I do. I'm the club president after all. But I stammer embarrassed. So stop adding prepositions. I don't know what that means. Get out of my head, 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 get out of my head. Sorry, yelling at my phone. Time to go. What was I thinking? I should have tried a little bit harder for Sayori. It's not a big deal, at least wait for her or help her wake up. Even if the simple gesture of walking her to school makes her really happy. Besides, I told you yesterday that things will be the same as they always have been. Same as it ever was. Same as it ever was. Same as it ever was. Like yesterday, I opened the door and let myself in. I kicked down the door. I pulled my piece out. Sorry. She really is a heavy sleeper. And I swallow. Can't believe I ended up doing this after all. Waking up in her own room. Isn't that more like something your friends do? In any case. What do you think of Napier? Hawk? She's pretty greedy. Well, she's gotta get paid for what? Who's Napier? Oh wait, is that the oh, that's the like that's the merchant bitch. Eh. I mean, nothing's gonna like they reached peak at Shelika, okay? Unless there's like some like You know, goth mommy running the shop. It's gonna be hard to beat Shelika. Sorry. Wake up, dummy. There's no response. Really didn't want to have to enter a room like this. Is it kind of a breach of privacy? She really leaves me no choice. I gently opened the door. Sayor! Huh. Oh, what do you know about that? You know, YouTube, you took away the highlight of Vulcan playing the wasted sound when this happened the first time, but you're probably not going to demonetize this part. Or age restrict it. Good job. What the hell? What the hell? Is this a nightmare? It has to be. This isn't real. There's no way it can be real. Sorry, I wouldn't do this. Everything was normal up until a few days ago. That's why I can't believe what my eyes are showing me. What the fuck, I did not need to see that. This is Doki Doki, you signed up for it by jumping on. I told Sayori I'd be there for her. I told her I know what's best, that everything will be okay. And why? Why would she do this? How could I be so helpless? What did I do wrong? My guy, there's nothing you could do. The game was rigged from the start. Turn down her confession. Has to be what pushed her over the edge. Sure. Her agonized scream will still echo in my ears. Why did I do that to her when she needed me the most? Because I'm a free man and I'm not gonna be shackled down by this guilt-tripping... You know what? I'm respecting the dead. Which she definitely 100% is. I walked her to school. Gave her what I know she wanted out of our relationship. Then I could have prevented this. I know I could have prevented this. Screw the literature club. Screw the festival. I just... lost my best friend. Someone I grew up with. She's gone forever now. Nothing I can do can bring her back. This is some game where I can reset and try something different. Only one chance. I wasn't careful enough. Instead, I was hanging out with the lolly. That may or may not have been my sister, considering how similarly we look. And now I'll carry this guilt with me until I die. Nothing in my life is worth more than hers. I still couldn't do what she needed from me. And now, I never take it back. Never, 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 never. The end. Oh boy, guys, are you ready? I hope I can skip all this. I see an annoying girl running towards me from the distance, waving her arms in the air like she's totally oblivious to any attention she might draw to herself. The girl is Fatu Faflagan, my neighbor and good friend since we were children. You know, the kind of friend you've never seen yourself making today, but it just kind of works out that way because you've known each other for so long. We used to walk to school together on days like this. Younger in high school, she would oversleep more and more frequently. We get tired of waiting up. But if she's going to chase after me like this, I almost feel better off running away. However, I just sigh and idle from the crosswalk, and then Gao catch up to me. It's an ordinary school day like any other. Mornings are usually the worst, being surrounded by couples and friend groups walking to school together. Meanwhile, I've always walked to school alone. I always tell myself it's about time I meet some girls or something like that. You know, maybe one with like some nice brunette ponytail, I don't know, some piercing green eyes that stare into your soul. I don't know. What do I know? I'm just an ordinary guy. And I also got no motivation to join clubs. They're all scams. Perfectly content just getting by on the average while spending my free time on games and anime. It's always the anime club, but you know, that's for fucking losers. School day is as ordinary as ever, and it's over before I know it. After I pack up my things, I stare blankly at the wall, disassociating, looking for an ounce of motivation. Ops. There really aren't any that interest me. Besides, most of them probably be way too demanding for me to want to deal with. I mean, this is why I'm more of a halberd guy, you know, I'm a polearm boy. I mean, clubs, they're so crude. If you have the halberd, you got the slash, you got the pierce, you got the reach. I guess I have no choice but to start with the anime club. Fuck. Gauntlet Dark Legacy is a long game. Yeah. You sitting with your boys for a while playing that. Monica. Oh my. I totally didn't expect to see you here. It's been a while, right? It's 7 hours if you want 100% completion. Oh, 7 hours, please. That ain't long. The fucking Aragorn game is longer than that, probably. For you it is? Then explain to me what a short game is. 'Cause that's, I mean, that's not a lot of content, 7 hours. If you 100% everything. Most people don't. You only play games for 2 hours? Yeah, at a time. Sometimes more. I remember one time I spent an entire afternoon just in the Soul Calibur character creator. You never know, sometimes I could play video games as soon as I stop streaming. You never know. God knows how many characters I've already made in Baldur's Gate 3. Monica smiles sweetly though. We don't know each other, well, we rarely talked, but there was this one time at a party at a mutual friend's place. That's gonna be the bit this entire time around, is I'm slowly gonna get reprogrammed by Monica. She's taking over the stream. Say hi, Monica. Monica's probably the most popular girl in school. Smart, beautiful, athletic. Basically completely out of my league and the total opposite of me. So having her smile at me so genuinely feels a little... What did you come here for anyway? Oh, I've been looking for some supplies to use for my club. Do you know if there's any construction paper in here? Or markers? I guess you could check in the closet. You're in the debate club, right? Well, about that. I actually quit the debate club. Really? You quit? Yeah. To be honest, I can't stand all the politics around the major clubs. It feels like nothing but arguing about the budget and publicity and how to prepare for events. Could be worse, you could be in the band and just the room smells like sex and weed. I'd much rather take something I personally enjoy and make something special out of it. In that case, what club did you decide to join? Actually, I'm starting a new one. A literature club. Literature? Sounds kind of... robust. And vague. How many members do you have so far? It's kind of embarrassing, but there's only 3 of us so far. It's really hard to find new members for something that sounds so boring. Well, I can see that, I guess. But it's not really boring at all, you know. Literature can be anything. Reading, writing, poetry, smut. 5-hour long long retrospectives on this particular author on YouTube. I mean, one of my members even keeps her manga collection in the club room. Wait, really? Yeah, it's funny, right? She's always insisted that manga is literature too. I mean, she's not wrong, I guess. She doesn't be so annoying about it. And besides, a member is a member, right? Even if they insist that their Riku body pillow that stands up on its own is also a member. Did Monica say she? Hey Hawk. By any chance, are you still looking for a club to join? I mean, I guess so, but... In that case, is there any chance you could do me a big favor? I won't ask you to join, but... if you could at the very least visit my club, it would make me really, really happy. Please? Well, I guess I have no reason to refuse. Besides, how could I ever refuse someone like Monica? I mean, she's just so perfect, guys, you know? What the fuck am I saying? Sure, I guess I could check it out. Awesome. You're really sweet, Hawk, you know that. It's nothing really. Shall we go then? I'll look for the materials another time. You're more important. Convenient that you just decide to disregard the materials. And thus today marks the day I sold my soul to Monica and her irresistible smile. I timidly follow Monica across the school and upstairs, a section of the school I rarely visit, being generally used for third-year classes and activities. Monica, full of energy, swings the doors wide open. She just kicks them in. I don't know how she did it. They're slide doors, but she kicked them inward. I'm back. And I brought a guest with me. Eh? A guest? Seriously, you brought a boy? Hey, yo, what up, little sis? Don't call me sis. Way to kill the atmosphere. Don't be mean, Natsuki. Anyway, welcome to the club, Hawk. All words escape me in this situation. This club. It's full of incredibly cute girls and my little sister. So, let me get this straight. You're Maka's boyfriend, right? What? No, I'm not. Natsuki. The girl with the sour attitude, whose name is definitely Natsuki. I'm sorry, Natsuki. She hates it when I call her that. Is one I do recognize. Her small figure makes me think she's probably the first year. Or at least that's what I tell everybody. Anyway, this is Natsuki, energetic as always. And this is Yuri, the vice president. It's nice to meet you. Yuri, who appears comparably more mature and timid, seems to have a hard time keeping up with someone like Natsuki. Yeah, it's nice to meet the both of you. So, I ran into Hawk in the classroom, and he decided to come check out the club. Isn't that great? Wait, Monica! Didn't I tell you to let me know in advance before you brought anyone new? I was gonna... you know... Sorry. I didn't forget, but I just happened to run into him. In that case, I should at least make some tea, right? Yeah, that'd be great. Why don't you come sit down, Hawk? She just pats her lap. Girls have a few desks arranged to form a table. Yuri walks to the corner of the room and opens the closet. Meanwhile, Monica and Natsuki sit across from each other. Still feeling awkward, I take a seat next to Monica. So, I know you didn't really plan on coming here. Oh no. You know the sleepy bitch disease. But we'll make sure you feel right at home, okay? As president of the literature club, it's my duty to make sure the club is fun and exciting for everyone. I'm surprised there are more people in the club yet. It must be hard to start a new club. You could put it that way. Not many people are very interested in putting out all the effort to start something brand new. Especially when it's something that doesn't grab your attention, like literature. You have to work hard to convince people that you're both fun and worthwhile. But it makes school events like the festival that much more important. And I'm confident we can all grow this club before we graduate. Right, Natsuki? Well, speaking of growing, I guess. Natsuki reluctantly agrees. Such different girls, all interested in the same goal. That's because their goal is broad as fuck. Monica must have worked really hard just to find these two. Yuri returns to the table carrying a tea set. She carefully places a teacup in front of each of us before setting down the teapot in the middle. You keep a whole tea set in the classroom? Don't worry, the teachers gave us permission. After all, doesn't a hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good book? My family is from the South? Girl, we have ice cold sweet tea in the South. And some nice ice water. Don't let yourself get intimidated. Yuri's just trying to impress you. That's not... Insulted, Yuri looks away. I meant that... You know... I believe you. Well, teen reading might not be a pastime for me, but at least I enjoy tea. They don't know what books are either. No, they don't know what books is. Sir, we know what books are down in the South. Like the good old Bible. The Bible. I'm glad. Yuri faintly smiles to herself in relief. So, Hawk, what kind of things do you like to read? Sword and sorcery. I like reading me some good old like D&D books from back in the day. I've really been reading City Under the Sand. I really need to start the other Dark Sun stuff. What's some other ones? I recently read The Black Stranger, Conan the Barbarian. I muttered to myself, half joking. Natsuki's head suddenly perks up. Oh, big bro likes Conan the Barbarian? Natsuki, you've been stealing my Conan the Barbarian books, fantasizing about him. About ripped men that are probably literally 3 times as tall as you. Looks like she wants to say something, but keeps quiet. Not much of a reader, I guess. Hey, fuck you, I read a lot. Well, that can change, I say, trying to make her feel better about herself. What am I saying? I suppose I was thinking after seeing Yuri's sad smile. Anyways, what about you, Yuri? Let's see. Yuri traces the rim of her teacup with her finger. My favorites are usually novels that build deep, complex fantasy worlds. See, you get it! You're also a Robert E. Howard fan, I respect it! The level of creativity and craftsmanship behind them is amazing to me. Telling a good story in such a foreign world is equally impressive. Yeah, the way they really describe using arcane magic in Dark Sun, really descriptive sometimes. Yuri goes on, clearly passionate about her cuisine. She seems so reserved and timid since the moment I walked in. It's obvious by the way her eyes light up that she finds her comfort in the world of books, not people. But you know, I like a lot of things. Stories with deep psychological elements usually immerse me as well. Isn't it amazing how a writer can deliberately take advantage of your own lack of imagination to completely throw you for a loop? House of Leaves. Anyway, I've been reading a lot of horror lately. You know, I do myself also enjoy some good existential horror. But you know, I really do drive well with Yuri. We both like deep, complex, fantasy world building. We like horror. We're both complete, utter, total psychopaths obsessed with our lover. I'd expect that from you, Yuri. It suits you. It suits your personality. Oh, is that so? Really, if a story makes me think, or it takes me to another world, then I really can't put it down. Surreal horror is often very successful at changing the way you look at the world, if only for a brief moment. They don't know that all will turn to dust. We know, yet we love, yet we dance. Oh, I'm checking something. Anyways. Ugh, I hate horror. Oh, why is that? Because Hog would always make me watch scary stuff with him, and it would traumatize me. And then he'd crawl in my fucking bed. Like a mole. Don't act like I don't know Natsuki. Natsuki's eyes dart over to me for a split second. Never mind. That's right, you usually like to write about cute things, don't you, Natsuki? Like a what? Like a mole. Don't those things dig? Man, this dynamic has really changed after the fucking pink hair correlation. What gives you that idea? Also, I'm very concerned. Look, it's okay. We're not going the Natsuki route this time. Besides, you guys know my proclivities. I'm going to lean one way in that dynamic. It isn't going to be my little sister. Looks like you were working on a poem called... Don't say it out loud! Give that back! Fine, fine. Natsuki, you write your own poems? Well, yeah, I guess sometimes. Well, then you're a nerd! Why do you care? I mean, you know, just a little confidence boost. I think that's quite impressive. Why don't you share them sometime? No! Natsuki averts her eyes. You wouldn't like them. Not a very confident writer yet, huh? I understand how Natsuki feels. Sharing that level of writing takes more than just confidence. The truest form of writing is writing towards oneself. You must be willing to open up to your readers, exposing your vulnerabilities and showing even the deepest reaches of your heart. Or, you know, you just really want to write about the gore on the main character's sword because it's badass. Maybe if you share some of your work, you can set an example and help Natsuki be comfortable enough to share hers. I guess it's the same for Yuri. You'll sit in silence for a moment. Hey, I just got an idea. How about this? Natsuki and Yuri look quizzically at Monika. Let's all go home and write a poem of our own. Then, next time we meet, we'll share them with each other. That way, everyone is even. mm, ah, I mean, I thought it was a good idea. Well, I think you're right, Monica. We should probably start finding activities for all of us to participate in together. Yuri's stepping up to the plate, by the way, when Sayuri ain't here. I did decide to take on the responsibility of Vice President, after all. I need to do my best to nurture the club as well as its members. Besides, now that we have a new member, it seems like a good step for us to take. Hold up. There's still one problem. Eh? What's that? Now we've reached the most important topic, I bluntly come forth with what's been on my mind this entire time. Well, I never said I would join this club. Monica may have convinced me to stop by, but I never made any decision. I don't know why I'm being southern, let's just roll with it. At least trying to be. I'm practicing my voices. I still have other clubs to look at, and I lose my train of thought. All three girls stare back at me with dejected eyes. But... I'm sorry, I thought... Eh? The girls exchange glances before Monica turns back to me. I guess I need to tell you the truth, Hawk. The thing is, we don't have enough members yet to form an official club. We need 4. Sorry, I tripped on my own spit. I've been trying really hard to find new members. But if we don't find one more before the festival... I'm defenseless against these girls. And Natsuki, I guess. How am I supposed to make a clear-headed decision when it's like this? I feel terrible for letting everyone down in this situation. Besides, Level Self seems pretty relaxed. So if writing poems is the price I have to pay in order to spend every day with these beautiful girls and my little sister... Alright. Okay. Alright, I decided. I'll join the literature club. One by one, the girl's eyes light up. My goodness, really? Do you really mean that, Hawk? Yeah. It could be fun, right? You really did scare me for a moment. I mean, if you really just left after all this, I would've been super pissed. Hawk, I'm so happy. We can become an official club now. Thank you so much for this, you really are amazing. I'll do everything I can to make you have a great time, okay? Thanks, I guess. Okay, everyone. I think with that, we can officially end today's meeting on a good note. Everyone remember tonight's assignment. Write a poem and write a poem to bring to the next meeting, so we can all share. Monica looks over me one more time. Oh, I look forward to seeing how you express yourself. 18 naked cowboys in the showers at Ram Ranch. Yeah. Can I really impress the class star Monica with my mediocre writing skills? I already feel the anxiety welling up inside me. Meanwhile, the girls continue to chit-chat as Yuri cleans up the tea set. Guess I'll be on my way then. Okay. I'll see you tomorrow. I can't wait. Kinda hate seeing you go, but I love watching you leave. The fuck? With that, I depart the club and make my way home. Now you might ask yourself, Hawk, well if you're Natsuki's brother, then why do you not walk home with her? It's a TK and Matt situation from Digimon, okay? We don't live together. We tried. The whole way, my mind wanders back to back and forth with the three girls. Natsuki, my sister, Yuri, and of course Monica. Will I really be happy spending every day at school in the literature club? Perhaps I'll have a chance to go closer to one of these girls. Definitely not my sister. Fuck that. Oh, if only I did if I tried practicing the southern voice. Hearing the Natsuki thing? Oh, that would have been gold. I'll just need to make the most of my circumstances, and I'm sure good fortune will find me. And I guess that starts with writing a poem tonight. You unlocked a special poem. Yes. A dream. I was staying over at my friend's place. There were 4 of us. I drifted off to sleep while everyone was talking and watching TV. In my dream, I was still at my friend's house. The only difference was that there were nails sticking out of the walls everywhere. And there was also someone I didn't recognize. The person I didn't recognize told a joke and everyone laughed. I woke up to the sound of everyone laughing at something that happened on the TV. So laughing was not part of the dream. It was the noise that woke me up. I wonder who that person was. How they knew to tell a joke at that moment. Alright, boys. Disaster. Uncanny. Intellectual. This is so much easier now that Sayori's gone. Lust. Incongruent. Massacre. Vivacious. Graveyard. Agonizing. Entropy. Death. Frightening. Disorientated. Contamination. Empty. Misfortune. Judgment, that's a good word. Unrestrained. Tone. 100%. Hi again, Hawk. Glad to see you didn't run away from us. Nah, don't worry. Might be a little strange for me, but at least I keep my word. Well, I'm back at the literature club. I was the last to come in, so everyone else is already hanging out. Thank you for keeping your promise, Hawk. I hope it isn't too overwhelming of commitment for you. Making you dive headfirst into literature when you're not accustomed to it. Oh, come on, he deserves any slack. He already had to be dragged here by Monica. Excuse me. I don't know if you plan on just come here and hang out or what. If you don't take us seriously, then you won't see the end of it. Natsuki certainly has a big mouth for someone who keeps her manga collection in the club room. Natsuki finds herself stuck between saying Monica and manga. Manga is literature. Swiftly defeated, Natsuki pops back into his seat. I'm sorry, Hawk. We'll make sure to put your comfort first, okay? Yuri shoots Natsuki with a disappointed glance. Anyway. Oh, I just realized the room's tilting. Now that you're in the club and all, perhaps you might be interested in picking up a book to read. I already told you I was, I'm gonna read The Hour of the Dragon soon. Can't really say no either way. Like I said, I'm in this club now. It only feels right for me to do something like that if you ask. Wait. Didn't mean it like that. Oh. If you don't want to, then forget I said anything, I guess. No, it's not that, Yuri. I want to try to be part of this club. Even if I don't read often, I'll be happy to pick up a book if you wanted me to. Are you sure? I just feel like, well, as vice president and all, that I should help you get started on something you might like. Yuri reaches into her bag and pulls out a book. Excuse me. If I didn't want you to feel left out. Oh god, now the models are tilting. So I picked out a book that I thought you might enjoy. It's a short read, so it should keep your attention, even if you don't usually read. We could, you know, discuss it if you wanted. This is... How is this girl accidentally beaten so cute? She even picked out a book she thinks I'd like, despite me not reading much. Yura, thank you. I'll definitely read this. I enthusiastically take the book. Whew. Well, you can read at your own pace. I look forward to reading. I look forward to hearing what you think. Now everyone's settled in, I expected Monica to kick off some scheduled activities for the club. That doesn't seem to be the case. Yuri's face is already buried in a book. Yeah, but notice her intense expression, like she was waiting for this chance. Meanwhile, Natsuki is roaming around the closet like always. You know, I always had some questions about her, but, you know, I didn't really want to say anything. I'm really curious to talk to Yuri a little bit more. At the same time, I feel bad for distracting her from reading. Catch a glance at the cover of the book. It's got weird pentagrams and shit all over it. Looks like the same book that she lent me. And that she seems to be on the first few pages. Shit. I think she noticed me watching her. She sneaks another glance at me, and her eyes meet for a split second. But that only makes her hide her face deeper in her book. Sorry. I was just spacing out. I mutter this, sensing I made her uncomfortable. Oh, it's fine. If I was focused, then I probably wouldn't have noticed in the first place. You keeping your eyes peeled there, Yuri? Oh, it's just moving on its own right now. Not even pressing anything, it's going. How far can it go? I'm curious. Can it go off the screen? Oh wait, no, I think it stopped. Or it's it's just very slow now. But I'm just rereading a bit of this, so... That's the book you gave me, right? Mm-hmm. I wanted to reread some of it. Not for any particular reason. Just curious. How come you got 2 copies of the same book? Well, when I stopped at the bookstore yesterday... that's not what I meant. I mean, I just happened to buy 2 of them. Ah, I see. There's something fairly obvious here that Yuri isn't telling me, but I decided to let it go. I'll definitely start reading it soon. Glad to hear it. Once it starts to pick up, you might have a hard time putting it down. It's a very engaging and relatable story. Is that so? What's the story about, anyway? Well... I look at the cover of the book. The book is titled Portrait of Markov. There's an ominous-looking eye symbol on the front cover. Basically, it's about this religious camp that was turned into a human experiment prison. And the people trapped there have have this trait that turns them into killing machines that lust for blood. But the facility gets even worse. They start selectively breeding people by cutting off their limbs and affixing them to... oh. That might be a bit of a spoiler. But anyways, I'm really into it. The book, I mean. Not the thing about the limbs. Damn, this book does sound relatable. It's kinda dark, isn't it? It made it sound like it was gonna be a nice story. So that dark turn came out of nowhere, but you know what, I appreciate it nonetheless. Are you not a fan of that sort of thing, Hawk? I don't think that's how breeding works. Have you tried it? Maybe. We just don't know because we haven't tried. No, it's not that. I mean, I can definitely enjoy those kinds of stories, so don't worry. Like, this is like half the shit I read. I hope so. Yeah, I totally figured that you was in those kinds of things. I have tried and succeeded. Well, have you tried it that way with the limb? Oh, but those are plants, though. Their cells are green and shit. She's so shy and reclusive on the outside, but her mind seems to be completely different on the inside. Just a total freak. You know, I kind of like that. I like the crazy. It's just that this kind of story is the kind that challenges you like a life from a strange new perspective. When horrible things happen, not just because someone wants to be evil, but because the world's full of horrible people and we're all worthless anyway. And suddenly, I'm rambling, aren't I? Their types are crazy. Yeah. It's like metal, right? With the various genres. Some are more acceptable than others. Not again. I'm sorry. Yeah, don't apologize. I haven't lost interest or anything. Well, I guess it's alright then. But I feel like I should let you know that I have this problem. When I let things like books and writings fill my thought, my whole body gets incredibly... Damn it, I tried to look back at the stream delay. But I have a feeling I know what it said. I kind of forget to pay attention to other people. So I'm sorry if I end up saying something strange. You know what, girly pop, we all got those moments where we just have to learn to shut the fuck up. And we get a little bit annoyed about things that we're excited about. I'm sure we've all been there, especially if you talk about Warhammer. And please, stop me if I start talking too much. I really don't think you need to worry. It just means you're passionate about reading. Like me, and I'm passionate about my cuisine. The least I can do is listen. It is a literature club after all. Well, that's true. In fact, might as well get started reading it, right? Yes. I mean, you don't have to, but... What are you saying? Let me just get the book. I quickly retrieved the book that I had put in my bag. Alright, it's fine if I sit here, right? Slip in the seat next to Yuri's. Yeah. Are you sure? You seem a little apprehensive. I'm sorry. It's not that I don't want you to. It's just something I'm not very used to. That is, reading in company with someone. I see. Well, just tell me if I end up distracting you or anything. Alright. I opened the book and started reading the prologue. I soon understand what Yuri means by reading company. As if I feel a presence over my shoulder as I read. It's not a particular bad thing. Maybe a little distracting, but the feeling is somewhat comforting. Yuri is in the corner of my eye. I was just not actually looking at her own book. I glance over. Looks like she's reading from my book instead. Sorry. I was just bathing in something about your body. You really apologize a lot, don't you? I do? I don't really mean to. Sorry. I mean... Yeah, this should work, right? I slide my desk up against Yuri's and hold my book more between the two of them. I suppose so. Yuri timidly closes her own copy. Once we lean in a little bit, our shoulders are almost touching. It's like my left arm's in the way, so instead I use my right hand to hold the book open. I guess that makes it kind of difficult to turn the page. You never turn the page, Bob Sager? Great song. Here. Got it, boys. One down. Two to go? I think? Let me see where we are in the, I still have the Heteronosity wiki pulled up. Okay. Yeah, first Yuri reading together. If you make your first Act 2 poem for Natsuki instead, you get her first CG with some added spookiness, unless you get it reloaded a second time in Act 1 to get Yuri's CG before the... Okay. Oh shit, guys. We're getting railroaded in the Yuri route? Oh no, whatever would we do? I mean, what other options would I have then? Yeah, oh god, you know, it's a real shame. Real shame I don't get to have, you know, some one-on-one time with my sister. Oh god, that's gonna... Shit, that's gonna be an out-of-context quote. It's been a while since we added one of those. That's not right. Natsuki CG is scarier. Yeah, but we've already got it, so... It was either that or we go back and we have to go through all of Yuri's shit, and then we go through all this. So I just said, fuck it. We're just doing Yuri's now. One on one time. For those that don't know, in the Discord there is a out of context quotes channel for all to enjoy. It's a sacrifice I'm willing to make on your behalf. Anyways, Yuri takes her left arm and holds the left side of the book between her thumb and forefinger. Ah. I do the same with my right arm on the right side of the book. That way I turn the page and Yuri slides it under her thumb after I flip it to her side. But in holding it like this, we're held even closer together than we were before. It's actually kind of distracting me. It's as if I can feel the warmth of Yuri's face, and she's in the corner of my vision. Are you ready? Eh? To turn the page? Sorry. I think I got a bit distracted there for a second. Glance over at Yuri's face again and our eyes meet. I don't know how I'll be able to keep up with her. Man, protag, I feel this. I remember one time we had like a reading assignment in school where we had to partner up with someone, and I got partnered up with one of the smarter kids. And we had to like read through the text and find examples of insert bullshit topic here. And I kid you not, they found every single one before I could even get there because they just read so much faster than me. I found one though. Granted, there was like 7, but that's okay. You're not used to reading, right? I don't mind being patient if it takes you a bit longer. Probably the least I can do. Since you've been so patient with me. Why the fuck does everyone assume I don't know how to read? I read shit all the time. I'm reading right now. Yeah. Thanks. He'll continue reading. Yuri no longer asks me if I'm ready to turn the page. Instead, I just assume that she's finished the page before me, so I turn it on my own volition. We continue the first chapter in silence. Even so, turning each page feels like an intimate exchange. My thumb gently letting go of the page, and then flutter over to her side as she catches under her thumb. Hey, Yuri? This might be a silly thought, but the main character kind of reminds me of you a bit. No, I don't relate to this character at all. Definitely not. Really? I was just thinking of the way she second guesses things she says and all that. That's what you were talking about. Sorry. I thought you meant something else about her. Something else? Never mind. We didn't even get that far yet. So I don't know why that came into my head. Ira, are you feeling alright? Ira's been a little fidgety ever since we started reading. Yeah, it's almost like we're, you know, we're bumping cheek to cheek or something. You can rest if you're feeling sick or something. Your breathing is a little... My breathing? Yuri puts her hands to her chest, as if to feel her heartbeat. It's okay, Yuri. I'm equally as fucked up in the head as you. You ever read Stalker? It's a lot like that, I think, our dynamic. I didn't even notice. Anyway, I'm fine. I just need some water. Alright, don't push yourself. Yuri stands up and practically rushes out of the classroom. What on earth was that about? Hawk, did something happen just now? Look if I know. Yuri was acting a little strange, I guess. So you don't know anything? I can't say I do. Are you worried about her? Oh, no, not really. I was just making sure that you didn't do anything to her. No, nothing. Jesus. Don't worry. I believe you. Yuri just does this sometimes, so it's nothing alarming. Alright, if you say so. Anyway, why don't we start sharing our poems with each other? Eh? Shouldn't we wait for Yuri? Well, she might be a while, so I figured we should just get started without her. Is that okay? Yeah, I was just asking. I stand up. I make a mental note of where I left off in the book, then slip it back into my bag. This motherfucker doesn't have a bookmark. Hey yo, little sis, what's up? Let's go Natsuki was interested in her. Oh, Natsuki was interested in a poem yesterday, trying to be a good big brother. Probably only fair if I share mine with her first. Well? Hawk, if you're gonna take this club if you're not gonna take this club seriously, then just go home. What? Well, that's harsh. What, you expect me to believe you actually put effort into this? Do you think I'm stupid? Hey, I'm no writer. Maybe it's not very good, but yeah. Yeah, wait, what? Maybe it's not very good, but yeah, okay. But I did put effort into it. Well, I'll start somewhere, right? If you're still proud of the first poem you ever wrote, then I'd like to read it. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I snuck into your computer. I saw the fanfic you wrote. Painful to think about, right? Fine. Well, sorry. You'll get better anyway. I tell you what to improve, but you're better off just trying again. Fair enough. Well, each their own, I guess. Anyway, I guess I gotta share mine now. Knowing you probably think it's stupid. Eagles can fly, monkeys can climb, crickets can leap, horses can race, owls can seek, cheetahs can run, eagles can fly, people can try, but that's about it. Yeah. I told you weren't gonna like it. Oh, I like it. What? Just be honest. I am. Why are you so convinced that I wouldn't like it? Well, because everyone in high school thinks that writing has to be all sophisticated and stuff. So people don't even take my writing seriously. But isn't the point of writing poems for people to express themselves? Writing style wouldn't make your message any less valid. Yeah, exactly. Like when it's easy to read but hits you hard. Like in this poem. Seeing everyone around you do great things can be really disheartening. Yeah, I know, especially when you have a cool older brother that's just awesome at everything and everyone loves him. And you know, you're always playing second fiddle to him because it's just that great. So I decided to write about it. Yeah, I understand. But the other nice thing about simple writing is that it puts more weight on the wordplay. Like, I set up for a rhyme at the end, but then made it fall flat on purpose. And it helps bring out feelings in the last line. So you did. Because more went into it than I realized. And that's what it means to be a pro. I'm glad you learned something. Didn't expect that from the youngest one here, did ya? Yeah, guess not. I decided to humor her on that last comment. I don't really care how old everyone is. That gets me every time. What if Natsuki is feeling proud? And I won't take that away from her. Damn, I was really hoping to share my poem with Yuri. Hi, Hawk. Having a good time so far? Yeah? Good, glad to hear it. By the way, since you're new and everything, have you ever have any suggestions for the club? Like, new activities or things we can do better? I'm always listening. Don't be afraid to bring things up, okay? Alright, I'll keep that in mind. Of course I'll be afraid to bring things up. I'm much better off just going with the flow until I'm settled in. Anyway, you want to share your poem with me? It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess I have to. Don't worry, Hawk. We're all a little embarrassed today, you know? It's that sort of barrier that we'll all learn to get past. Yeah, that's true. And Monica, my poem. Great job, Hawk. I was going, oh, in my head while reading it. It's really metaphorical. I'm not sure why, but I didn't expect you to go for something so deep. I guess I underestimated you. It's easier for me to keep everyone's expectations low. That way, it counts when I really put some effort in. No, that's not fair. Well, I guess it worked anyway. You know that Yuri likes this kind of writing, right? Writing that's full of imagery and symbolism. Sometimes I feel like Yuri's mind is totally detached from reality. I don't mean to like that as a bad thing, though. Sometimes I get the impression that she's just totally given up on people. She spends so much time in her own head that it's probably much more interesting for her. But that's why she's so happy when you treat her with a lot of kindness. I don't think she's used to being indulged like that. She must be really starved for social interaction, so don't blame her for coming on a little strongly. Man, the subtle digs Monica's trying to like implant here. Like earlier. I think if she gets too stimulated, she ends up withdrawing and looking for some alone time. Suddenly the door opens. Yuri, I'm back. Did I miss anything? Not really. Well, we all started sharing poems with each other. Eh? Already? I'm sorry for being late. No need to apologize. We still have plenty of time, so I'm more glad that you took all the time you needed. Alright. Thanks, Monica. I suppose I should go get my poem now. Anyway, do you want to read my poem now? Don't worry, I'm not very good. Sound pretty confident for someone who claims to be not very good. Well, that's because I have to sound confident. That doesn't mean I always feel that way, you know? I see. Well, let's read it then. Hole in wall. So, what do you think? It's very freeform, if that's what you want to call it. Sorry, I'm not really the right person to ask for feedback. It's okay. Yeah, that kind of style has been gotten pretty popular nowadays. That is, a lot of poems have been putting emphasis on timing between words and lines. When performed out loud, it could be really powerful. What was the inspiration behind this one? Well, I'm not sure if I know how to put it. I guess you could say I've had some kind of epiphany lately. It's been influencing my poems a bit. An epiphany? Yeah, something like that. I'm kind of nervous to talk about deep stuff like that because it's kind of coming on strongly. And I'm sure you know a lot about coming on strongly. I'm sorry, the joke was just there. She made a fucking poem called Hole in Wall. Maybe after everyone's better friends with each other. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes when you're writing a poem or a story, your brain gets too fixated on a specific point. If you try so hard to make it perfect, then you'll never make any progress. Just focus yourself to get something down on paper. Excuse me. And tidy it up later. Another way to think about it is like this. Keep your pen in the same spot for too long, you'll get a big dark puddle of ink. So just move your hand and go with the flow. That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. As Yuri reads the poem, I notice her eyes lighten. Exceptional. Eh? What was that? Did I say that out loud? Yuri first covers her mouth and then ends up covering her whole face. Oh, he's gonna hate me. You really didn't do anything wrong, Yuri. Eh? That's... I guess you're right. What was I getting nervous for? Yuri takes a breath. So, what kind of writing experience do you have? Your use of imagery and metaphors indicate that you've written a lot of poetry before. Really? Wow, that's a huge compliment coming from you. This is actually my first time, really. Huh? Yuri stares at me blankly and looks at my poem again. He just blinks one eyelid at a time. Well, I know that. I just meant, was it the graveyard? Was it the graveyard and then the combo of ecstasy? Was that what set you off? Because, you know, I think about those things at least, like, twice a week. Yuri trails off, unable to find an excuse. She traces her finger along the words in the poem, as if breaking it down more thoroughly. Yeah. Okay. This is the reason I was able to tell. It's just that there are specific writing habits that... Oh my god, I've heard... Wait! Oh! I can skip! When was I able to do that? Could I have done that this whole time? Eh? It's nothing really. Yours was impressive too, so... Nah. If anything, I could probably learn a thing or two from you. You think so? Yeah, of course. You know... I was really nervous about doing all of this. But in the end, I enjoyed it. I'm gonna keep doing my best for you, Hawk. Me too. Phew. I guess that's everyone. Glance around the room. It was a little more stressful than I anticipated. Seems everyone is judging me for my mediocre writing skills. One wants to kill me and the other wants to sleep with me. Even if they're just being nice, there's no way my poems can stand up to theirs. This is a literature club after all. I sigh. Guess that's what I ended up getting myself into. Across the room, Monica's writing something in her notebook. Probably ways to kill the other two. I was laying on Yuri and Natsuki. They gingerly exchange sheets of paper, sharing their respective poems. As they read in tandem, they watch each of their expressions change. Natsuki's eyebrows furrow in frustration. Meanwhile, Yuri smiles sadly. What's with this language? Did you say something? No, it's nothing. Natsuki dismissively returns the poem to the desk with one hand. I guess you could say it's fancy. Thanks. Yours is... cute. Cute? Did you completely miss the symbolism or something? It's clear about the feeling of giving up. How could that be cute? Because you wrote it like a preschooler, girl. I know that. I just meant... the language, I guess. I was trying to say something nice. Eh? You mean you have to try that hard to come up with something nice to say? Thanks, but it really didn't come out nice at all. Well, I do have a couple suggestions. If I was looking for suggestions, I would ask someone who actually liked it. What you say? Oh no, I'm already gone. She wrote it masterfully. Oh, about her. Oh. Like, yeah, it was good. I do like the bit of people can try, but that's about it. But you know, I could probably write that thing in like 2 minutes if I came up with the idea. Meanwhile, Yuri's off talking about like ghosts under the witch light and shit. Which people did, by the way. Monica liked it. And Hawk did too. Hey, don't rope me into this, sis. So based on that, I'll gladly give you some suggestions of my own. First of all, excuse me. I appreciate the offer, but I spent a long time establishing my rank, so... Okay, now you're starting to sound like a hipster. Don't spend years learning to speak with clarity and simplicity that came naturally as children. Damn, that hit hard, that line. To capture that requires skill. I don't expect to change anytime soon, unless of course I come across something particularly inspiring. Why are you looking at me, girl, when you say that? Which I haven't yet. Damn, okay, never mind. And Hawk liked my poem too, you know. He even told me he was impressed by it. Natsuki suddenly stands up. Oh? I didn't realize you were so invested in trying to impress our new member, Yuri. Yo, they bring out the fucking spring music. That's not what I... You just... Yuri stands up as well. Maybe you're just jealous that Hawk appreciates my advice more than he appreciates yours. Huh. How do you know he didn't appreciate my advice more? Well, okay. In Yuri's defense, you straight up did just say my poem was trash and I need to start from the ground up again. Are you that full of yourself? No. I was full of myself. I would deliberately go out of my way to make everything I do overly cutesy. Well, you know what? I was the one whose boobs magically grew a size bigger as soon as Hawk started showing up. It's Natsuki. Natsuki, that's a little... This doesn't involve you. Hanging out your own insecurities on others like that. You act as young as you look, Natsuki. Me? Look who's talking, you wanna be edgy bitch. Edgy? Sorry that my lifestyle is too much for someone of your mental age to comprehend. See? Just saying that proves my point. Most people learn to get over themselves after they graduate middle school, you know. If you want to prove anything, then stop harassing others with your sickening attitude. You think you just counterbalance your toxic personality just by dressing and acting cute. The only cute thing about you is how hard you try. Oh, careful, you might cut yourself on that edge, Yuri. Oh, my bad. You already do, don't you? Did you just accuse me of cutting myself? What the fuck is wrong with your head? Yeah, go on. Let Hawk hear everything you really think. I'm sure he'll be head over heels for you after this. Yuri suddenly turns to me, as if she just noticed I was standing here. Fuck. She's trying to make me look bad. That's not true. She started it. How did... Yuri. Yuri. I'm not going to Alabama again. I refuse to go to Alabama. Not again. Yuri. Oh, hi, Monica. Yuri. Hey, Hawk. Why don't we step outside for a bit? Okay? I said Yuri. Sorry about that. They really shouldn't have tried to get you involved. It's probably better for us to stay out here. I'll go back inside once they're done yelling. Some present I am, right? I couldn't even confront my own club members properly. You know, I feel that. I feel that, Pinky Pop. I just wish I was able to be a little bit more assertive sometimes. But I never have it in me to put my foot down against others. You understand, right? Anyway, if this makes you want to spend less time with the others, then that's fine. I'd be happy to spend time with you instead. Suddenly, Natsuki runs out of the classroom. Sis? She quickly runs away. Oh dear. Well, it looks like they're done. Hey, what the fuck you do to my little sister? I didn't mean it. Didn't mean it. Didn't mean it. Yuri rocks back and forth on her desk with her palms on her forehead. Yuri? I didn't mean it. I believe you. No idea what Yuri might have said to Natsuki. Oh shit, she talked about Dad, didn't she? If I wouldn't go to jail for beating the shit out of him, I'd... Or did. Hawk, please don't hate me. Please. I'm not like this. There's something wrong with me today. It's fine, Yuri. This is actually the part that reveals the actual horror of the game. Yeah. We know you didn't mean it. Besides, I'm sure Natsuki will forget all about it by tomorrow. Completely. I thought you live in the game, which is Monika's revelation. Anyway, the meeting is over, so you can go home now if you want. Yuri looks at me like she wants to say something, but she keeps glancing at Monika. Slowly lose control of herself, because you're not an agent of your own actions. You can go first, Monika. I'd like to stay a little bit longer. Your personality and dialogue's messed with, yeah. I'm the president, so I should be the last one out. I'll wait for you to be done. Well, I'm vice president, so please let me take that responsibility today. Kinda sounds like you don't want me around or something, Yuri. It's not that. It's not that. I didn't get much of a chance to discuss my book with Hawk. It would just be embarrassing with you listening. Guess I don't really have a choice, do I? I'm sorry for causing trouble, but I really appreciate. I'm gonna save my slot right there. Alright, chat. I'm sure everything will blow over by next stream. You know? All will be fine. My little sister Natsuki will forget everything that happened. Everything will be fine. It'll be like nothing ever happened. Nothing at all. Nothing at all. Nothing at all. Sadly, chat. I think that might have been the last stream for the week. I don't know. I might get a little stupid. I might get a little crazy and do another stream because I'm pretty much working the entire weekend now. I guess I'm just the weekend guy, which sucks because I feel like that's when most people start streaming. Or like start watching streams because, you know, they have the weekends off typically. I'm gonna save my game one more time just to be safe. I'm gonna close that. It's when most people have time, yeah. Yeah, that's what I thought. So I might try Saturday night. And then if I don't have to work Monday, if I get my schedule next week and I don't have to work Monday, then I'll try Sunday night. Because unfortunately tomorrow here's my schedule. I'm closing shift. And then the next morning I'm also opening shift. And then I'm opening shift the next day. So I got some back-to-back workage. But I'll probably have some good stories to tell you all. I have to give Vulcan his I'll have to get Vulcan's opinion on me trying to like do a southern accent. I'm definitely bad at it, but I gotta start somewhere. Well, thank God I didn't have that revelation while I was still doing Natsuki's route, because I sure as shit would have done the southern voice. Nerd bit. I know I don't look like Natsuki, but the pink hair correlation's funny. And I'm gonna ride that joke till it's dead. Like fucking Rodon and his horse. Yeah, maybe surprise stream. I don't know. I have to see what I'm feeling like. Definitely won't be tomorrow night though. So yeah, thank you all so much for stopping by. If you did, I can't get out of the voice. It's slowly creeping in. I've unlocked the secret southern roots of my bloodline. But anyways, I think that's gonna be it for today. Again, thank you so much for stopping by. Take care, everybody. We're almost done with this game. Damn, we're almost done with this game. Alright, bye-bye. That's a pretty good picture, though. What? It's just... I've been thinking about you for a while. My, I didn't just do all this to get cucked. Thinking about me. Yeah. Remember my battle with... Maybe a highlight that isn't still Pain Incarnate for me. Actually, most of the Yu-Gi-Oh! Ones are Pain Incarnate, so let's just stick with this one. It's really shorter. Limiter removal! Peace, bitch! Woo, baby! That's what it's all about. That's what we've been waiting for. That's not gonna help you. Oh no, she got 500 life points. Bye-bye.